People often say Rwandans enjoy comic, light, and unserious content. We refuse to believe that. The Voices podcast is here to help you get all the information you need if you are one of those people that are interested in informative, educative, and inspirational content. The Voices podcast is hosted by Arafat. We're here to give you all the information that you've been yearning to get in Rwanda. If you're one of those people, then welcome to the Voices podcast. Yeah, the Voices podcast.
Young people have a lot of pressure from the society. Not only the parents, not only the responsibilities, but ourselves as well. We see certain person thriving and automatically think that we also need to be
Like
thriving at this level.
Okay, at the same level, yeah.
I see you, Arafat, thriving on this podcast. And because I have studied journalism and I say that I should have achieved this one as well. But I don't know how you did it. I don't know the categories that you have passed through and the steps that you have overcome. And that pressure alone takes us down. We don't give ourselves time to grow and also pass through every step that we want to be in. In that case, if I tap into the point that you have brought up of what brings us down from really having the skills and the degrees.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us once again on the Voices podcast. Today we are having someone in the studio who is going to be really educating us more on how to transition from education to employment, how to transition from school to your career, to your dream career. And this person we have today in the studio is really very passionate about educating people on what are some of the things you have to do to, easily transition from your school, from your career, from your education, from your program that you've really pursued at the university, to getting a job, to getting employed, to follow your career and your dream. So today we're joined by Sharon. Sharon.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Arafat.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm well, thank you.
I've just introduced you that you're passionate about helping people transition from education to their dream career. And we know very, very well that in Africa, that is one of the most challenging things that young people face. We know so many young people might have skills, might have what it takes to do the job, but they don't know the channels they have to go through to get employed. It's not like an employer will just think about you out of the blue and say, I have to hire Sharon. They don't know you. They need to know you, and there is a way you can either market yourself, either get to know where opportunities are, or there's so many things you can do to make sure that you're visible out there, that you can do some work. So today, I really want us to talk about that, because as in much as many people don't have, there are few opportunities for employment, but as still those opportunities that are there, how can we tap into them? How can we be employed? So before we go into the conversation of today, I want you to, tell people out there who don't know you, maybe you can tell them better who you are. And of course, why do you think this conversation is what many young Africans need to hear?
Thank you very much, Arafat. The introduction is making me shy, but yeah.
Really?
It's life. Thank you very much. The person or the people who do not know me, my name is Sharon Umutesi. I'm Rwandan. Fully Rwandan, actually. And of course,
there's some people
African.
who are half Rwandan?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And African. Africa is my continent. Africa is my origin. And I am passionate about youth development per se, and also not only youth development or growth, but also how they tap into the growth by themselves. Because we cannot wait for people, for parents, for leadership, for anybody that we think that are entitled to help us, to be or to tap into or to move into our careers that we want to be in. Yes.
Wow, that's wonderful. So, if you can give us a bit of your background at the university or at school and how you got to really think about helping people to know how to tap into their dream jobs, their dream careers, and how to grow. When did it come to your mind that, you know what, I know that so many people are struggling, but there's something that they're missing out here?
Thank you very much. That question is privileged to answer to it because I believe it starts from a self. When you know that, myself, I know that even though I can be in photography or I can be in journalism or I can be in history, something like that, but who am I who is fitting in those categories of education that we have today? The personality also help you thrive in things that you're going into. That's one. And secondly, the meaning of education that you're getting and what you're transforming it into your new you. Because we wake up in the morning, we go to study. At the end of the day, you finish your school, but if you don't really change, because we study, yes, the information are coming into us, but you, the one responsible to give the information the room to transform you into what you do today and to the rest of your life. Actions every day goes to this brain and shape your character after what you have got from here and to there combined to make you.
So looking at how many young people out here keep complaining about employment, you know, I'm not trying to say that there's a lot of opportunities for employment, but I'm trying to say that let's assume we have 50 job openings. Let's assume there's a company that has 50 job openings. Okay. And we have 150 people who are applying. 150, it's, I think, a small number.
Yeah.
Let's say 500 people applying for the same job opening where they need only 50. What does it take for someone to stop complaining but tap into that opportunity and really snatch out the job?
Thank you very much. Speaking to the people who might go to grab that opportunity, using your example of a job or 50 job and 50 or 100 people or 1,000 people are applying. What makes you stand out is not a degree that you have, while it is one that connects you to the opportunity at first, but it's not the degree that will sustain you. Why do I say this? You might have a degree and go to do the exam, but the degree will not do the exam. It's your mind.
Very true, very true.
It's your training.
Very true.
It's what you have been doing.
It's the knowledge
behind
that you have.
The doors. So for the young man or young woman who is trying to grab that opportunity here outside, especially in Rwanda, it's hard because we have a lot of graduates, to be specific, who are looking for the jobs. And if you're lucky to have that information that's existing, opportunities there, for you to stand out, you need different knowledge. You need different show-ups. You need different covers. Why do I say this? Let's say that we are 5 people and we are going to do an interview regarding money or financial literacy. And at certain level, we all know the same content or we have the same degree. But one of us have the skills on Microsoft Excel. And she or he knows how to handle the calculations very well, even though we all have the same degrees. Do you think the employer will hire another person than that person who have an additional skill?
No.
Which means
higher chances are like they're going to hire that one with additional skills.
That's what I say. To people who are looking for opportunities and want to stand out, do what makes you stand out. Once they think that you have it is unique and speak well for you, that's what you should look for.
So you mean that going to school is okay, pursuing your dream course is okay, but beyond your dream course, what is it that you have that can be an additional to convince the employer that I'm the right person to hire? So what is it that is now stopping so many people from pursuing those additional skills, courses, and what? Because now I want us to look at this in a way that we know that this is a challenge now. That so many young people rely on the degree, on the skills they've just acquired through that degree. Let's say you are an economist, you are an accountant, you are an engineer, civil engineer, but you can as well learn what an accountant can do when you are an engineer. Perhaps where you work from, they might need someone to do the accounting of their operations. But as an engineer, you can at least help them. So what is it that is stopping us from pursuing multiple skills, multiple courses beyond just what you think is enough for you as just a degree, a master's or something like that?
Thank you very much. I'm going to speak it into different perspectives. We have the exposure of the society and we have personal exposure. So in the society, especially in Africa, we intend to go to school when we are old, if I say. For example, if a graduate, the minimum age, let's say, the minimum age will be not less than 24 years old, finishing the university. And at 25, you want to be thriving, having the money, having the house, having the car.
Just like 1 year after graduation.
Yes. That pleasure, that exposure of the society of going into the markets at the age that you think you're that old to have certain kind of things so you could enjoy life is one that takes us down. That's first.
So you're trying to mean that someone finishes the university when they're already old or when they've already become adults with a lot of responsibilities to, that requires money from them. So the pressure alone, I don't understand.
Okay, I want to take it to this angle. In Africa, we are born in, most of us, we are from low-income backgrounds. And because of that, we carry responsibilities on our shoulders from our parents. Not because they are not able to do so, but because they have seen you through school. They have seen you as a breakthrough in this life. Not to blame the parents, but also young people have a lot of pressure from the society. Not only the parents, not only the responsibilities, but ourselves as well. We see certain person thriving and automatically think that we also need to be
like
thriving at this level.
Okay, at the same level, yeah.
I see you, Arafat, thriving on this podcast. And because I have studied journalism and I say that I should have achieved this one as well. But I don't know how you did it. I don't know the categories that you have passed through and the steps that you have overcome. And that pressure alone takes us down. We don't give ourselves time to grow and also pass through every step that we want to be in. In that case, if I if I tap into the point that you have brought up of what brings us down from really having the skills and the degrees. We finish school believing that I have this degree. Let's say it's a marketing degree. And automatically I have to get a job that will pay me, let's say 500 Rand francs. And if I get the job that pay me 250, I will not accept the job. Because I know that I have this and I deserve this. It doesn't work like that. Not because I'm that experienced in the market, but I know for sure that the labor we have here pays less at first levels, at the entrance level. Not because they can't give you the money, but because they want you to bring that experience, and you cannot have the experience without working.
The value that they want, you haven't yet got it, so they can't pay for the value that is not available.
We are lucky enough here in Rwanda to have different companies that are taking fresh graduates into employment. So they can actually have this growth gradually, because it doesn't have to come from a sudden. It doesn't work like that. It comes slow by slow. So if I get a job and think if they're not giving me certain payment, I'm not up to I'm not going to take the offer, or I'm going to turn it down, then I'm wrong. Because I'm not doing it for the salary, even though I have a lot of responsibility now. And I will always carry them, because the responsibility do not end. But if I get the opportunity now, I'm doing it for me, to build that legacy for me, to build that self that needs to be resilience.
To show what I can do.
What exactly am I bringing? Is it valuable? Yes, I believe in me. It is valuable that I'm bringing. I have studied it this year and this year and this year. Yes, they need it, but how do I do it? Because after all, I'm not the only one having the degree. But how I perform is different, because there is nobody else on this earth who is me apart from me. So myself, my authentic self, in applying what I've studied, is what will keep me and build the legacy that will give me a certain thing that I am looking for in certain time, not at the entry. Yeah.
So at the entry, accept what is being offered to you.
Yes, we could say it that way. There are people who would love to explore and exploit at some level. I'm talking about employers. They might want to exploit certain resources and not appreciate. You are okay to tap into it. Work 3 months, 6 months. They have already seen your capabilities and what you can do and what you offer to the table. So you have the room of a negotiation. You can negotiate and say, this is what I have done since I've been here. And sincerely speaking, it is surely that you should do this for me. So we could go hand in hand, because you can't develop a company if you're not developed yourself. If I will go to work and know that there is something behind that is pulling me, I won't bring my all capacity into what I'm doing. So employers also can understand and has to understand that even though we are coming into entry level, what we are bringing is unique personally. Every person is unique. And even though we have studied the general knowledge, or we have same certificate with different people, it might be the same, but what we do, every person has a unique. And what you offer speaks for you. So when you tap into the opportunity for first, you don't look at the paycheck at first. Look at the value you're building at the moment.
Someone out there who is listening or watching is going to say, yes, I'm ready, I'm out here, and I want to work for any money, for any entry fee. And some are going to say, I'm okay to work for free. But how do I get to those opportunities? If I can go deep on this, I'm one of the people that strongly believe that if you know you have the skills, if you believe in your skills, you believe in yourself, you don't actually need to go for an opportunity. Apply your skills everywhere you go. You don't have to say that I'm going to apply for the job at this company, this company. No. Find where they do what you know. Find where they do what you're good at. Go apply it. There's a friend of mine who told me that he has never had a company that will tell you that we don't have a space for you if you tell them that I want to offer these skills to you for free.
Yeah, for sure. That's very true.
But how many of us that are ready to give our skills for free
That's the case.
and see what comes out of the employer? You know, there's so many companies, I believe, that's how I believe. There's so many companies out there who have, spaces, who have opportunities, who have, open opportunities. But they're also not sure of who to give this opportunity. That's why today we are seeing so many companies are doing internal recruitment. I think you've seen that. That used not to be a case long ago. But today, most companies are saying before we put this out, who should we have on this position inside? Why I think like that? The reason to me is that they're like, we might source someone outside who is not going to be able to do this as we want. Because number one, this person is not experienced. Number two, this person does not understand the work ethics of our company. This person will have to spend on him training him or her, So they tend to say, let's get someone inside to a certain level, and then maybe we can search for someone who is on an entry level, who we don't have to incur a lot of costs training, and they will grow. But all that, for me, I think it comes from the fact that they're scared of the experience. They're saying, if we bring Shalom, if we bring Arafat into this position, into this managerial position, we don't know the experience he or she has had. He might have worked in these companies for all this time and he has the experience that we're talking about, but he is not experienced in our company. He's not experienced about our company. That also might be a case. So, I'm asking people out there, why also is it that you can't offer your time for free? Is it something that you think you would offer if you had an opportunity? Or why do you think even people are not willing to offer that? Because we've talked about money, little payments, for the entry job. But of course, there's that thing of even free.
Thank you very much. Actually, you talked about the point I forgot to mention before, which is doing things for free. But it is not actually for free.
It's not.
Because you're getting the skills. You're getting the exposure. You're offering your time and your little expertise that you have, but you're getting the trust from the industry, which is working experience. And also you're getting the exposure to the environment of working. I was lucky enough to study at a university where we have internships every year for 3 months per year, which means that we didn't exactly sit only studying at school. We were given a time to go out and see, is what I have studied really applicable outside? And also, apart from what you study, you might think that maybe I'm doing law and what I'm studying, I can't really apply it right now, or I don't have the permission to do it because there are certain professionals that need certificate to be applied. But also, what you know can guide people. You do not have to have the authority as a lawyer, or you don't have to have authority as an attorney to tell a person about a certain law that you have read. No. You can come. There are different law bars here that offer advices to different people, that offers different advices, that offers different guidance regarding law. If, as an example that I brought, if you are a student in a school and you are, let's say, you have done your first year, you have studied a fundamental of that course, and out there people are struggling to know exactly, why am I bringing the law, by the way? You do not have, you are not allowed to say that you don't know the law. If you are mistakenly wrong, it will punish you regardless of knowing or not. So your knowledge is not applied if you have committed
any crime.
Yeah. So you don't have to excuse yourself that you didn't know the law. No. And people who are studying them, if they get in holidays, they are sitting in their parents' homes, or they are sitting somewhere in a break doing nothing. Don't you think that you can go intern freely somewhere? Firstly, you gather connection. Secondly, exposure to application of what you're doing. Those are priceless skills that you're getting. And to be honest, I know freely that in Rwanda, most students are afraid to go outside and offer what they have freely.
They're scared?
Yeah, they are.
Oh, wow. That's deep. I didn't know that.
They are.
Some graduates are not sure of what they studied. They don't trust the skills they have acquired, so they can apply them somewhere for free. Or they can, they don't feel like they're capable of applying. What are they scared of?
They know what they have studied, and I believe that they strongly stand with what they have studied. But the issue is they are afraid to expose themselves out there.
Are they afraid of the judgment?
Would it be the judgment? The judgment might be, but not at the certain level. But the issue is, will I perform well in this? Or how will I approach certain person? Not because we don't have that knowledge, but we actually lack simple skills that we might need after graduating.
That's very deep. Sincerely speaking, give us a scenario or your example or your experience. What are some of those most important and most needed skills? Side skills or soft. I hear people call them soft skills that are very much needed in any kind of career you've pursued, any kind of course you've pursued, that you must have them. That you think most young people are missing out.
I would say main three. First is communication. You will need it anywhere. Either engineering, either medicine, either law, either math, either anything in this world. Communication is the key. Because you might have the degree, but if you don't approach the person having the opportunity, how do you think that they will know that you have the degree? That's one. Communication. Secondly, digital literacy. In this era we are coming into, a lot of things, many things. Even people are afraid to be taken over by AI and all of that. So if you are not friendly using certain things, you will be trashed out. You'll be left behind. If, for example, you're doing an editing and you're doing it manually, and another person comes friendly with AI and know how to do what you do in an hour within 10 minutes.
10 minutes is a lot.
It will be less.
With good internet, it's just 2
It will
minutes.
be less. So the productivity for the person will be high. And the lesser time, the higher what we achieve. And high. We are growing. If you're not friendly with these certain things that are coming, especially tech. I'm not saying that you should learn to code if you are in different things from coding. But you need to know what a certain tool that I can use in this to help me achieve this in small time.
So simply what you're saying is that if you're a young person out there and let's say you've studied accounting, what are some of the new tools, AI tools in accounting that today many companies are applying, are using? Because for sure, what you've just said is 100% very true. Today, there's no career, there's no course that is not having a shift in technology, a shift in digital space of it. That I'm very sure that there is no single, I think maybe history. I think people who are in the histories, I don't know. There's no an AI tool that is going to bring new history that was not there. I think history will stay there, but at least it will help you to arrange the good history that you want to see, arrange it in the way you want it. But what you're trying to say is that make sure that whatever you studied, you tap into how it has been now eased by AI to be able to increase the productivity at the kind of work you're likely to do in that space.
Yes, the connectivity is what I'm doing or what I'm studying now. If I don't connect it with how it is being applied outside, I will be left behind. I might have that degree, even first class in certain thing, but if I don't connect with how it is being applied outside, of course the degree will be there, but will I be relevant into the environment of working?
No.
Because I'm not familiar with the systems that we need to use outside. And the third one I wanted to mention was marketing and sales. This has not to be an only profession to people who wants to pursue it as a profession. No. Because at the end of the day, if I do art, if I'm a painter, for example, I need to sell my paintings. And how will I do it?
Without having marketing skills.
After all, I need to sell them and to market them to people who need to know it. So it doesn't matter what you studied. There are soft skills that you need to have. You better have them and not use them than needing them and not have them.
Very true. You better have them. Not in the times when you did them and you don't have them. Wow, that's very true. So you talked about connection, networking. That is also very key when it comes to landing your job. How would you advise someone to network for someone who has just finished the university? Because you can feel it. The network these people have is a network from their fellow students from the university. Maybe you have those that have left the university before you, and maybe they are employed somewhere. And it's key to network with those ones. But of course, what advice would you give someone, or how would someone really network, let's say in Kigali, if he's a fresh graduate?
Okay. Thank you, Arafat, on that. Most of us, when we hear about network, we only think of those
big people.
And it is really different.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
For example, if I'm in the campus and my colleague, I behave in certain ways with my colleague, and we go outside there. I don't know his family. I don't know his or any connection with him or her. But at the end of the day, how I behave with my peer is how I will behave outside. Because no matter what you say with your mouth, what you actually do is what makes you you. What do I say this? Or how is it connected to the connectivity or connection with people? Me, myself, sitting here, wants to connect with a minister with no anywhere to meet him or her, it's hard, firstly. Even if it is hard, I might meet a peer who is from that family and I might not know. So the first connection thing that you need to do is how you behave with your peers.
Because they're the ones who are going to connect you to the world that you cannot afford yourself.
We might need to connect with those big people. If you can, please do. But if you cannot, it's not the only option of connection.
Because these big people also come from some people. So
Yes.
these people you might be connecting with today are the ones that might take you to the big people you want. Okay.
Which means it starts from me. How do I behave where I am? And how do I prepare where I want to be? Let's say I'm connecting with you, Arafat, and today we are talking. And if you hear about some people somewhere talking something that you know that I'm good at, will you recommend me or not?
Of course, it would depend on how we connect.
See?
Because I might have someone else I connect with much than you, and then I will tell that person, not you.
Yeah, the reasons why I brought this is how you connect with people you are with or your mate you have today.
Very true, very true.
It doesn't have to be a one single step. It can even be referees. It can even be a gift from a person who heard you somewhere, who do not knew exactly, but have heard you something that you spoke about, or have seen you acting somewhere, and say that this opportunity deserves to be yours.
Very true.
So connecting, firstly, start with people you with.
Start with people around you before you go. You think of big people who will give you the job.
Yes.
That's very true.
That's where it starts.
That's very deep. That's really very deep. So, what is it that fail us? Because I've not finished on the skills. I really want us to educate someone, a young man, a young woman out there who is saying that they talk about the skills. You talked about communication. You talked about networking. You've talked about what else?
Marketing and and sales.
Yes. So, to a young man, how do I market? How do I, like in real life, how should I market my skill? Apart from just going to one of the companies and tell them, you know what, I'm here, I'm looking for an internship. Is there some new avenues today where someone can market their skills? Or let's assume you have a bank and you're the boss of the bank. How would you hire someone who you've not known about? And because we've seen people, like there's one guy last week I was listening to, he hired someone because this person greeted the security guy on the gate entrance, and stopped for like 1 minute to ask them about how their life is.
Oh, that's nice. Humility.
That alone made this guy land a job at the job interview. This guy was going for a job interview. Then reaching at the gate, he stopped and greeted the gatekeeper and said, "Hi, what's up? How are you doing?" "Fine. What's your name?" "My name is Arafat." "Okay, how's your family?" "Family is doing well." "Are you okay?" "Yeah, I'm doing well." "Have a nice day." And the guy left and went for the interview. But the boss was on the camera watching from the entrance. Where he was, maybe on the last floor of the building, he was watching, looking at this guy. Who is this guy? Greeting the security guy, smart like that, and, taking time to ask them about how their life is. They say the boss was watching, but maybe someone else close was also close to that person watching and taking notes of what was happening. I don't know how the information reach to the boss. But at the end, the boss came out and told the entire company why he hired this guy. That it was because of the gesture this guy portrayed at the gate. He was not the best candidate. He was not the best candidate out of all those that had come for the interview. But he was the best kind person.
That's profound.
So for the guy, the owner of the company was like, no way. We need these kind of people in our company who can actually help us give them morale, who can help us boost the productivity of our employees by showing them the kindness. I'm telling you, there's nothing you can fail to win if you're kind to people. So I want this to help us to know what are some of the things we take for granted that you think have landed you where you are, have landed many friends of yours where they are, that you think actually there are things we can do. We are given them for free. Why can't we give them for free?
Speaking about being kind, I'm sorry to go off the topic a bit. Speaking about being kind, there are things that...
I want you to connect it with the conversation,
Yes,
so
I will.
whether it's really even
I will.
important.
I will. The thing of being kind. We need, us people, all of us people, we need to know that beyond the title, beyond the degree, beyond this mask that I have, the society have given me, I'm a human. And everybody is a human at the end of the day. So carry yourself the way you want to be seen. Act the way you want to receive. Let's say that even though I might be a manager somewhere, and when I pass at the gate, I shout or I slander the door. That alone, do not speak about the title. Speak about me, myself. So at the end of the day, the title can be earned by anybody if the opportunity is there. But the character of the person is shaped behind the doors, is shaped behind those certificates, those opportunities, those high educations that you might get. Everybody can get it. But the character, yeah, it's layer. So how is it connected then to the getting to the opportunities and also helping you using the skills that you have and marketing them? I might be kind, but not have the skills for now. But when I expose myself to learn, I will eventually learn and get it at a certain level. But when you have that education and you lack humility, you might get the opportunity, but fail to connect with people that you're going to work with.
So you won't stay. So
Will
you want to stay.
Will you? Can you keep a person who is aggressive in the company when you know that for sure you can get a kind one with the same degree? You can't.
You can't. I'd rather bring a kind one who is not experienced about my company, but acquire the experience through the process.
So connecting it to entry level and how you market yourself.
So I want us to shift from there and then talk a little bit about staying where you've come. I don't know whether you're done, but I want us to look at after you've acquired that opportunity at that entry level. Now this is the right time to shine.
Okay.
How do you shine? As someone who has some experience about retention, about retaining someone at work, what does it take for someone to stay in the position and grow in that position. Because look, as you said, at the entry, someone will be giving you 250,000 Rwandan francs. It's equivalent to $180 or maybe $200, let's say. But how do you grow to 500 to 1,000 to 1.5 if you don't have what it takes to stay? Because migrating to a new company is not what is going to shift you to another payment. But I think what you provide at the company is mostly what is going to have you grow, even in the cost, even in the salary, So as someone who I believe you have that experience on how to retain an employee or, retaining someone in the company, what does it take for a young person? What does it take for someone already employed to stay?
Thank you very much. Starting from staying, if you have already got an opportunity, how could you stay? Yeah, is that okay?
Because now we've talked about young men struggling and all that. We've talked about it, but now we see. Let's talk to these few who have managed.
You have got the opportunity. How could you stay? It starts from a person. Yes, I have got the opportunity, but I will stay like this. I will not add any value to myself. I will not learn anything new. I will not find the additional value to myself. I'll only sit at the position they gave me and do what they're asking me to do. Yes, you can do that, but do you see the growth in that? No, because at the end of the day, you being in the position is great, but you glowing is the position glowing as well. So in simple, we need that person who is into that opportunity need to understand life learning journey. Yes, I'm in the company doing marketing now. I'm using, let's say, Instagram for now. Let's assume that TikTok is not yet here. And I'm using Instagram for now. And we are marketing very well. We are thriving. The company is known. But the TikTok has dropped, now is here. I don't want to know anything related to it. I don't want to take risk of learning that new market that is coming that could expose me, myself. Because if I come presenting somebody, firstly, it's me. I'm the image of the company. And after all, my skills or what I'm doing are shaping me silently, even though it is contributing to the company. The value I'm getting is way better than what I'm giving to the company. So if a person is in the position or got the opportunity, have the skills, add the little addition, have another additional certificate or a complement course to that position that you're having, so you can continue growing and learning, so you can contribute to the company exactly you're working for.
Oh, wow.
And you'll be willing to stay.
So the thing is, make sure that there is some value added to when you came. Let's put it on a scale. If you entered the company with 3%, can you grow it to 10%, 20%, 30%? We're speaking about the value that you're giving the company.
Yes.
So that simply means if you're not giving any value, don't expect it to grow. Of course, that's very true. It's obvious. If I'm the one employing now.
Actually, speaking about the value, out there, sometimes we measure values wrongly. I might be in entry level for now and perform basic for now. But how long will I stay performing like that?
Talk about that. So you mean if you're performing basic, the longer it takes you to stay basic, it's you. Because there are experienced people there who you can learn from.
And there are a lot of skills, there are a lot of opportunities to learn from outside. And in this era, we have a lot of online courses, online training, seminars happening. You have a lot to learn from. So if I sit in the position that I'm given and only comply with what they are requesting me now and continue performing the way I have been performing since I've got into that opportunity, I'm hindering myself to grow. So I'm the problem afterward, because I need to train the muscle of growing personally, so it can also affect my performance, hence value. That's how.
So the value is created by you inside there. There's one question I want to ask you as we wrap up our conversation.
Okay.
That for me, I feel like it's really very important. Like if you to be given an opportunity, like, let me rephrase it. If you are to be given an opportunity to redesign how graduates transition from university to work, what are some of the things that you see that are lacking, that hinders people in schools or students who are soon graduating to know the opportunities out there? Or even, are we still learning what is necessary on the market?
Thank you for that. Actually, we have knowledge gap. We do here outside, but we are the one. Yes, those people who design the curriculums and design all education materials have a hand in it, need to do something on it. But how about those who have done already those education? That will bring us again to self-development or to individually growing. If I have already got the skills that is not matching with the market, it's my responsibility to know what's missing and how I can close that gap.
Benchmark yourself.
Yes. And that starts from knowing, what do I do every day? What's the habits that I'm breeding every day? And how those habits are going to compound into that certain individual that I want to be. So it starts and ends with you at the end of the day. If I have already done that skills that we say that is not matching with what the market needs, there are a lot of things that can help you combine what you have studied and see what the market is looking for and find that bridge and close it with yourself, with self-learning, with mentors, with daily growth, discipline to be precise. Because consistency builds a strong foundation, firstly. Let's say if sometimes when we say about habit, sometimes youth understand not drinking, not going out during the night, all of that. But no, it's how do I speak to myself every day when nobody's hearing me? How do I encourage myself to learn? How do I expose myself outside? Who do I blame after all in things that come my way? Because sometimes you might get an opportunity and not stay, and at the end of the day, blame the employers, saying, no, they have used knowing other people, they have brought this discrimination or something like that, or basing anything to it, blaming other people, not recognizing your contribution to it. it will stop you from growing.
Always take the blame as well.
You might blame yourself, yes, but you do not have to only blame. Evaluate what you missed, and what you need to do to overcome that issue. So, as me, what can I do, or what should I change so people from school can really translate to work or employment? Firstly, it will start from exposing themselves out there. Not only blending it to mathematics that I'm studying, algorithm and all of that, but I need to go outside and see what exactly is being done. What's the correlation of what I'm studying and what is being done outside? Start from the simple level, not only university, but start from secondary school. In the holidays, parents can take their kids to learn. Maybe take them to boot camp of debate, maybe sport, so they can be able to feel themselves and get exposed to talk about what they do. That connects with the marketing and selling yourself, exposing yourself to the skills. So it's what I can do if I have to change anything. Yes, the gap knowledge is there, and it might take a long time to change, but on a personal level, we have all it takes to change what we have. Yes.
So finally, 1 or 2, 3 words you would tell someone at the university who is probably graduating next year. Is in his or her last year and is probably 7 months, 8 months to come graduating. What should they start doing right now?
Right.
With the remaining 8 months to get out? Or what is it they should have done already? So that it is 95 or 85% sure that they will land a job.
Thank you very much. To the person who is graduating, if they have done it or not, it's not late. It starts from you. What do I find myself easily do? What the anger that I have, what is it connected to? What's exactly thing that keeps me awake every day? What's something that wakes me up even though I feel like I should stay in the bed? The only thing the young woman or the young man can do who is graduating soon is to live intentionally. Not in terms of eating healthy, which is needed, by the way, as well, or doing sport, which is needed as well, but how do I spend my time? What do I consume every day? How do I expose myself? It starts from there. And the training, train yourself every day. Learn something new.
Every day?
Yes.
Wow. Thank you so much, Shalon. You've really given us great content. You've really taught us, and myself have learned a lot. And if there's something that you think you've not talked about that you wanted to talk about, 1 or 2, you can say it. But if nothing else remaining,
I can't go without saying this. It starts from your belief. Stand still. Be grounded and be real.
Wow.
Should I unpack it?
Yes, unpack it.
Okay. If you don't know where you're going, or if you don't know where you're standing, you can't know where you're going. What do I say this? By being grounded, that means you know exactly where you are. And having the belief that is strong is you knowing where you're going, or the ability you're submitting to, which is higher than you. And you believe so, that you get the help beyond what you can do. By standing still and having the belief and the strong belief, or where you submitted to, the leadership you submitted to, is what will shape you personally and how you put yourself outside. Yes, let's say it like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
To our viewers, we appreciate your time. We appreciate all the comments, subscriptions that you do, and I mean, whatever you do to watch our content, we appreciate. And we are on a mission to educate you, inform you, and give you all that inspiration that you want. But for now, we are closing it from here. See you next time.